Welcome to Stage Door with Michael.
And Divina. Now, I'm Michael.
And I'm Divina, and we're going to be meeting lots of exciting and interesting people from across the theatrical world.
Yes, we're hanging out at stage doors everywhere to meet your favourite theatre stars.
That's right, and we're getting all the news and gossip from what's happening in the theatre world and with them to find out what makes them tick.
Yes, we're very excited for today's guest. Fresh off the first leg of John Barrowman's tour, we welcome the superstar that is Keith Jack.
Woo!
Welcome to the stage door.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very
How
jealous because you've both got these nice headphones and I've just got my in-ears.
well, I can't wear those in ears because they just fall out of my ears.
Yeah, I love the sound of these as well. They're so good.
Yeah, and also mine are noise cancelling. So these are like, and also they're covered in paint from when I painted, from when I've been painting my house. Yeah, I apparently have, this is probably the only place where that is the case, but I have very small ear canals.
Uh,
Yeah, that's
there
what the
you go.
lady said when I went and had my ear molds done for, yeah, IEMs. Is that what they're called? In-ear monitors. Yes, that's what
Yeah.
they're called, IEMs. Woo, so posh. She said, you've got very small ear canals, haven't you? And I said, just don't know what that means. But yeah, all right then.
How very dare you?
Yeah, the only small orifice on my body. Um,
I'm so
Keith,
sorry, Keith.
tell us everything. What's happening? What's doing? Where are you? Tell us everything.
Oh God, I'm at home just now, enjoying the sun. I've just finished the first half of John Barrowman's tour, which I co-produce. So we've just done that. We finished that, and then we go back out in autumn. And in between that, I'm back singing on Dreamcoat Stars around the UK again. So, and just did a panto photo shoot for Dartford to play the Prince for
Johnny.
Imagine. So, running around doing lots of different things.
We love Imagine around here. They're such a great company to work with.
Yeah.
Um, so you must also be working with Ben Papworth.
Yes, Ben is our lovely MD for John's show,
We
Yeah,
just
which
had
is
him
great.
on a few weeks ago, so
he did.
we're getting the full team.
He's
We'll have John on next.
we'll
Yeah.
get John on next, yeah. Why not?
He's one of our altogether now alumni as well. And you're not a stranger to reality TV and music competitions, are you? Because when you
No,
were 19, just a wee baby, you were
a wee
on
girl.
uh, Any Dream Will Do.
I was, yeah. God, that was 20 years ago next year.
20 years
Does it
ago.
feel it?
Yeah, doesn't feel it at all. Like,
I wasn't actually going to say this, but my family, we rooted for you because you look like my cousin. And we were like, it's our
oh,
cousin Joe. We've got to vote for Joe. And then we'd be like, wait, how are we voting for Joe? Oh, no, it's Keith. It's Keith.
brilliant. Yeah, God, I was
I should
only
put a
a
picture up
baby.
of the two of you next to each other.
Please do, please do. Watch him
Very
look nothing
handsome.
like me. God.
Sorry, you were saying about the show.
Yeah, just crazy to think 19, 20 years ago. I mean, when you did Britain's Got Talent, when was that?
That was 12 years ago.
Yeah, it flies, doesn't it?
Yeah,
People come
crazy.
up to me still and go, "Oh, I loved you in that Joseph program a couple of years ago." And I'm like, that was 20 years ago. Not a couple, 20.
But you
My
look the same.
God.
That's the thing. We've got to pretend that we haven't changed at all. It's
Yeah,
it's just the facial hair I feel that we've gained. Other than
Yeah.
that, look the same.
I mean,
I mean, back I couldn't grow facial hair back then.
you
Oh,
don't look
really?
old enough to have done that 20 years ago at
Yeah.
all.
So have you got a
Yeah.
40th coming up? That's quite fun.
Let's not talk about my 40th coming up.
Listen, that ship has already sailed for some of us on this chat. Let's all move along. Let's move along. But
Well,
what,
obviously,
do
go on.
you stop this right now? I want to know what this skincare regime is because literally I thought you were about 25. So
Really? No,
yes.
38.
So
30.
give us the skincare regime. What is going on?
It's not here to talk about skincare,
I
Davina.
know, but I want to know. So do the audience. They love this.
I don't even know what I use. A bit of everything. For a long
Oh,
time, I didn't use anything, and now I use a bit of everything. I kind of go through a phase where I try different brands.
Did
Let's
you
see what
find
happens.
one that you were like, okay, yeah, I really like I am like a full on granny moisturizer. I'm on the Astral, the aqueous cream,
Oh wow.
like heavy, old school cold cream, pound it onto my face.
I have to watch with creams because I get eczema sometimes, so
Ah,
I have to watch. So I find that the CeraVe stuff's really good,
mm-hmm.
and there's another one I use, Aveeno, which is quite nice. So I
Yeah.
use those, but I use the face ones, the CeraVe face ones.
And
Right.
so the rest, do you have brothers and sisters?
I have an older blood sister and a stepbrother and a stepsister.
Okay, so the blood sister, is she still wearing well or is she old and haggard?
No, she's still wearing well. And maybe it's the
It,
Scottish blood. Maybe
it
that's what it is.
could be a genetic
Ah.
thing, that's the
I
thing.
mean,
Sometimes it's just the genes.
Well, let's get
the
back to
cold
the
weather.
singing. Back to the performing. So obviously we spoke about Any Dream Will Do, but you obviously knew you could sing before you auditioned for that show. When you were growing up, was there a moment that you realized, oh, actually performing is what I want to do, or how did that happen?
Uh, yeah, when I was really young, my papa used to sing, my granddad, and
Okay.
I used to sing all the Scottish songs with him. So when I was like really young, like 3, 4 years old, and when I was 5, I actually made my debut in Australia, singing for all my family at this big party, and I sang the best version of Donald Where's Your Trousers that you've ever heard. And from there, that was it. That was all I wanted to do was be on stage. So I spent a lot of my childhood singing all the Scottish songs like Donald Where's Your Trousers, A Wee Doc and Doris, at all these little parties, and then it become amateur dramatics and performing at school and doing all that kind of stuff, and then that kind of grew. And then I did a competition around the UK at the Hard Rock cafes called like Chicago Rock Idol, and I won it with singing "This Is the Moment," and everyone else was singing all these rock ballads, and I sung "This Is the Moment," and I won it in Birmingham. And 5 months later, I was on the TV show for Joseph. So it kind
Oh,
of
wow.
became a thing when I was young, and kind of grew and grew and grew from there.
And
Nice.
those competitions were the way in.
Well, I was auditioning for musical theatre as well. I auditioned for theatre schools in London, and at the same time, I got that audition for Joseph. And I never went back after the program. David Grunrod, who's obviously one of the biggest casting directors in London, basically said, "I don't think you should go back to theatre school," because I was 19. He said, "I don't think it'll teach you that much more. I think you should just go on the job and learn." And Angela Lloyd Webber offered me the part of the narrator in Joseph to learn the show, to learn like musical theatre and be involved and not have the kind of the pressure of playing Joseph. So I went on tour and did the narrator for about 9 to 10 months, kind of learning my craft and learning
Was
as I
that
went.
while Lee was Joseph then?
No, so Lee was Joseph in town, but I went on the UK tour, and a person called
Ah,
Craig Chalmers was Joseph,
who was
and
also in the show.
who was also in the show, and I went
Yeah.
on and played the part of the narrator.
Was he related
Oh.
to Judy?
No, 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 no.
And he was like, here we are in Brick House. If you take a look to your right, we have a canal. On the left, like Judith Chalmers doing an exploring program. Anyway, in my opinion, I think you probably agree that the runner-up spot is usually the best place to be. Um, there's just less pressure, isn't there? There's less. You don't. If it's okay, I don't have to be the best. I didn't win. That's okay. I don't mind. But
And
also, you say to take the pressure off from being Joseph, but the narrator is the bigger part.
oh, the narrator sings all the
The,
time, but I suppose people don't. They come to listen to the narrator, where the narrator can kind of disappear into the background and keep singing as they watch the story unfold. So I suppose, but the pressure is wearing that Joseph coat, that kind of don in the
Mhm.
loincloth, doing that, and the pressure of people that have played it before.
Singing the end of Close Every Door that everyone's waiting for.
Yeah, yeah, and singing Any Dream Will Do like 6 times in the show, and everyone's waiting for you
yeah.
to sing it because they know all the words, so you cannot get it wrong.
Well, just FYI, if they ever make me Joseph, I will get it wrong.
I love it.
So, do you feel like it helped or hindered you not winning the competition? Like, how did the next few years look for you after the show? Did you know you'd be able to sustain a career in the industry?
Yeah, I think for me, if I had have got the part of Joseph, it obviously would have been incredible. But I think I was very young. I think Lee was ready for the part. I had a big chat with Lee the night before the final because we were really close and we're still very close
Mm.
now. And we kind of had an open conversation, and I knew I wasn't quite ready for it. I would have taken it if I had got it, and I would have learned and taken it my stride. But we finished the program and went straight into rehearsals for the West End. And Lee had obviously been there, he had done it, he had been in shows. I think the pressure would have been a lot. So I think going away, playing the part of the narrator, kind of learning my craft, coming back, doing other shows like Only the Brave, which I did at the Edinburgh Festival with loads of West End performers, and working my own way into the industry was a really good thing. And I had a good agent at the time who kind of turned down a lot of let's say reality TV money things and said, if you want to actually have a nice career, you need to say no to that and do this. And
Yeah.
he helped me a lot so that I kind of sustained a career in theatre.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And you've
that's
done so
great.
much since, and obviously we've talked about it being 20 years. Is there a role or a show or anything like that that's really stuck out over that time that you could say is your favorite? I know it's hard to pick one.
Oh, yeah, I think when I got to play Joseph about 5 years after the narrator, I got to go back and do it. That was incredible because it was kind of like saying, I've done it now at the right age for me.
Still got to
Uh,
do it.
yeah, I still got to do it at the right age. I got to grow up. That was great. But one role that I absolutely loved was when I did Only the Brave at the Edinburgh Festival. It was Only the Brave. I played a character called Charlie. It was a new musical about Dunkirk and the fishermen of Dunkirk and what happened after. And it was with Matthew Brint, who obviously just did Paddington in London. He's done so much stuff. He did stuff on, I think does Britain's Got Talent. He does all these kind of shows. Uh, he's incredible, and it was a new musical with like Cassidy Jansen was in it. It was a great cast, 15-piece orchestra that we took to Edinburgh, and it was just amazing to be a part of something new. And I think to me, that's always one role and one show that I've always loved, and it's just kind of stuck with me over everything.
There's
Amazing.
something really special about originating a role, isn't there? About because there's a lot more freedom when you're
Mm,
allowed to do that as well, and you're allowed to have a bit more kind of creative voice within that
yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, and nearly everybody who comes on the pod is like, I want to be in an original. I want to do something that is new.
yeah, yeah,
So that because if you're not in the industry, a lot of the time what happens is you're told, okay, you're on three, which in terms of the stage,
yeah,
you're on
yeah,
your mark is number three, mid stage. You turn, you smile, you walk to the right, you end on nine, then you walk back to five, and then you leave the stage. Okay, you've got
yeah,
that. Good, go. And literally, it can be that formulaic.
yeah, yeah,
More directors are thankfully, trying not to just do that. But some of it is just like a technical thing of like, this is where the lights happen. We're not changing how the lights are cued. That's it. Hit your marks. Get on, get
yeah,
off.
yeah,
Done.
yeah.
Whereas obviously when you're in the process of making something new, you get to feel all that stuff out and find your way with it.
Yeah, exactly. You get to figure out what doesn't work and what does work, and change things as you go along. Like we were changing script and lines of songs and things, and it was nice. It was really, really nice.
We're going to play a game. Are you ready?
Oh, oh yeah,
Yeah, we are. So you've been doing loads and loads and loads and loads of shows for the last 20 years.
yeah.
And what we want you to do is name as many show tunes as you can.
I'm awful at this. This is gonna be.
Song titles we're looking for. So you
Yeah.
can do
Oh,
like you can do all the songs consecutive you want.
I'm
Um,
gonna be awful at this.
Me and
it's
Michael
okay.
are amazing at this. Like, honestly, you've never seen the skill level quite like
Really,
me
I
and
don't have a
Michael
clue.
play this.
Right, go on. 30 seconds on the
Are
clock.
you ready? Steady. My clock's changed and I don't know why. So here we go. Go!
Oh, name. Oh, name. I thought you were going to play something. I was going to name this one. I was waiting for some music. I was like, oh,
No, I'm
oh.
really sorry. We can't afford the rights for that. So, so all we're allowed to do is name the titles, and then other people have to
That's
go and
so
listen to
funny.
it.
Okay, so
All
as
right.
many song titles as I can.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Oh God.
Ready?
Yeah.
Teddy, go.
Waving through a window, defying gravity, no good deed, any dream will do, go 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 Joseph, fame, oh God, what else? Only the brave die young, only the brave. What else? One day more, bring him home. On my own, I dreamed the dream. God, try to think of other songs. I'm stuck. Hold on. Music of the night. All I ask of you.
Done.
Oh,
13, not bad. We say
13.
over 10 is good. Over 10
Over
is
okay,
10
good.
is
okay,
good.
good. The
I
Over
just
premise
don't
10
is
think
is
just like
good.
it
anyone's not
shows.
got the premise of the game before. But I love
But
it. And
it
you
probably,
pulled it through.
yeah, it was probably my fault. I did not make that clear. So apologies. Sorry about
Right,
that.
right.
No, I
But
love
that was
that.
really good.
No, you did
That
really
was
well.
all
I
right.
was actually going to say, you do have 4 studio albums that you could have picked any of those
I
songs
know,
from.
I know.
I was listening earlier, actually. You've got basically the year after you were on the show, you had sort of a mix of some pop, some MT, and but then in 2009, with your An Evening at the Musicals, it then honed in on musical theatre, which I really love that album actually.
Oh, thank you.
What was the sort of uh, way into that? Did someone approach you and say, "We'd love to do an album," and why didn't you go straight to the musical theatre, or were you trying to be more commercial, or how does it work?
I there's a bit of a backstory behind this, quite a quick one.
Yeah.
After the TV show, I got approached by Lou Walsh, who said to me that he wanted to take me to do an album. He wanted to bring me to a couple of studios to do an album and do some stuff because he thought I could do some pop stuff because I was quite young, and he felt like that was kind of my vibe on the program. That my kind of thing. And
Did he say to you, you look like a pop star? You are a pop star. Was that the phone call?
now the phone call was, we maybe think you could sell some albums. Do you want
Yeah,
to?
we can make some money off you, sir. Thank you.
Do you want to try? So I actually waited for a while to do that, and he told me to get a flight to London, and I went down and we spoke to Universal and Sony, and I had a deal on the table, a record deal on the table that we were gonna sign, and it was to do kind of like poppy kind of crossover, a bit like Josh Groban kind of vibe. And he said, "We're going to do this. This is the album." I seen all the deal. We sat and did everything, and we had an arrangement that in about, I think it was like 3 weeks' time, I was going to come back down. We're going to sign it. We're going to announce it, all that kind of stuff. And the night before the flight, he called me and said that the Sony, who was the ones we were going to go with, were taking the deal off the table because instead of taking 3 artists, they were going to take 1 artist. They were just going to put all the money into 1 artist instead of taking the 3. So I actually lost the record deal, and I laugh about this now. But a couple of years after, I found out it was John Barrowman.
Oh my gosh.
So they wanted John, instead of kind of a couple of different artists, they wanted one big name to kind of put the money into.
Yeah.
So he owes
So
you one now, does he? Is that what it
yeah,
is?
we'll find that. But then after that, a producer in Scotland called John McLaughlin, who kind of found Liberty X, Sandy Tom, got in contact and said, "I want to make an album."
Sandy
And
Tom.
he wanted to put me with writers like Cian from Westlife wrote one of the first songs. One of the Don Black wrote one of the first songs on that album, and he wanted to do that kind of vibe. So we actually started making the album a week later,
Oh wow.
which is yeah. He basically said,
The
"I've got
ups and
these
downs,
songs."
gosh.
Yeah, crazy. So that was how that album first come, and he said, "I want to do like a bit of pop and a bit of kind of classically stuff."
Because because then also I've been sorry, I got in a bit of a hole of listening to everything. And obviously in 2014 you did your Unplugged album, and then
Yeah.
2017, which I think is one of my favorites, is the movie album that you did, Movie Nights. Did you get to choose the songs? Like, as the albums went on, did you get more say in what you got to record, or how was the process changing throughout the albums that you released?
Yeah, I think the first one was a bit of this is what you're going to sing. What do you want to sing? And then the second album was the musical one because obviously I was doing lots of shows and stuff at the time, so it was kind of to that audience. And the last album that I did was purely me. That was me
Oh,
going,
cool.
I want to do this, and it was self-funded as well. I self-funded my last album. A friend of mine called Scott Hayes did all the arrangements for it, did the string quartet, which is on the
Mm.
album.
Great.
And he did all that. So that was kind of my close album to my heart because it was kind of like my choices, my songs. Scott did the arrangements. We worked
Mm.
together, and that was kind of my favorite.
I love So Close from Enchanted. I feel like it's such an underrated song. Nobody knows of it.
Such a good
So when I
song.
saw that was
Such
on there, I thought he knows his stuff.
such a good song.
Definitely.
You have been, I'm going to switch topic. This is like a handbrake turn
Yeah,
topic
sorry.
switch. You're quite prominent on social media, and you're very open about how you've recently become type 1 diabetic, or that's been discovered. So
Yeah.
how has that changed your life, both like in general and of course with the touring? And obviously there's a video of you um, injecting the insulin. Oh my God, that sounded like I was going in a completely different direction. So, wow, injecting. So you're administering the insulin while you're at the services, in the boot of your
Yeah,
car.
yeah. Yeah, it's I got really sick last year, but I ignored it for months. I kind of there was a phase where I started things like my eyesight started to change, where I was like, oh, I need classes at nighttime a lot more and stuff like that. And I started to lose weight, but I was doing like 30,000 steps a day, walking around theaters and doing all that. And I thought maybe I'm just not eating enough. But I lost 30 pounds in 3.5 weeks. It
Whoa.
it was a lot, and I kind of put it off because
Ha-
I was on tour with John at the time, and John turned around to me when we were driving to Scotland. He said, and he said openly, he said, "I want to ask you a question." He said, "Are you all right? Like, is something up?" And that was when I started to notice a little bit more. And we were in Scotland for about a week and a half, and I was got addicted to orange juice. I wanted to drink a lot of sugar in the morning. And my friend Rob McVeigh, who was on the program with me as well, who was Rob the Builder, got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in the March. And I called him and I said, "Did you have any of this?" And he was like, "Yes." And I went, "No, surely it can't be diabetes." And I kind of kept going, and we stopped on the 18th of December, and I ignored it again. I did some events. I was really sick at the
oh my
events. I remember
goodness.
like I was losing my voice really quick and things like that. I was at Christmas with Lizzie, my partner's family and stuff, and I was tired all the time. I wasn't well, and I just kept ignoring it until we went to Wales for a few days off, and I thought I just need a break. Like I've not stopped from like September till now. I just need a break, and I got so sick. And I went into a hospital, and within 10 minutes, I was on all these drips, and they were telling me that they went, we're 99.9% sure you're type 1 diabetic, but also you could have pancreatic cancer.
Oh,
And I remember sitting in that hospital and that wave of like fear. And I was on my own because we were
oh,
down in Wales. We had the dog with
jeez.
us and stuff like that. And I was sitting in hospital. And then they told me, and then the next morning they went, "Well, we'll know more in the morning." And this was like 11 o'clock at night. So I sat the whole night in A&E as all these people going, I'm gonna die. Like that this is like the fear of it. And the next morning they said, "No, you're fine. We checked everything, you're fine. You've definitely got type 1 diabetes." And even that in itself was like, I don't know what that is. Like
Mm.
I kind of know, but I don't. And the change in life, I think, in my head at that moment was sitting in a hospital learning what I had to learn. Like I had a nurse come up to me, try to tell me everything that I needed to do to be type 1 diabetic, and it was
Mm,
so much information. And I remember leaving the hospital and I just said, there's either two ways you can go with this. There's either a way of going, I've got diabetes, that's it. Like it's going to be hard touring, it's going to be hard doing all this. Or I can just take it at my stride and go, right, I've got type 1 diabetes, I'm going to live with it and I'm going to make it a positive. And that's what I've kind of done for the last, I mean,
Mm,
this in coming up is nearly 6 months since I was diagnosed. And I just thought I'm going to be open about it. I'm going to talk about it when I do stuff, when I take insulin, when I inject myself, and make it known as much as possible and try and make it a positive. And I think because of that, it's not felt too much of a burden. There's been moments where I've had a little breakdown on the sofa with Lizzie, or there's been moments where I thought, oh, this can feel like a lot. But I would say 90% of the time I'm quite positive with it, and I try to use it as a this is what I'm going to do, and I'm trying to put so much information out there as possible about
mm,
living with type 1, and it's absolutely fine. I've been on tour, I performed, I sing, I do everything I still did. I just have to make sure that I'm smart when I take my insulin and when I eat my food, really.
mm.
can you, because I don't know, can you explain the difference between type 1 and type 2?
Yeah, here's me trying to go to a doctor mode. So type 1 basically means that your pancreas stops making insulin. Your body basically says, I'm not doing that anymore. Where type 2 is more dietary, where your body still produces insulin, but you're insulin resistant. So your body can't utilize it. So type 1 is it stops, your pancreas stops making insulin, so you have to inject the insulin into you. Where type 2 is you still make it, but your body basically doesn't know how to use it.
Mm.
But a lot of that is dietary and can be reversed. So with good diet, with good structure, you can reverse it back. But with type 1, you cannot reverse it.
And
Was
It's
there
is
anything
there,
you did? Sorry, I'm so intrigued. We look at us now. We're going to be on the here for another half hour. Was there anything you did to mean that, like, that you got it, or it's just was it
No,
like,
it's just it can come to anyone at any time. Generally, it happens between kind of 4 and 10, or it happens between 30 and 60. And in people, and actually, there was a lady there from Exeter University, and not that I want to get a COVID chat, but she said that the percentage of people getting type 1 diabetes since COVID was up something like 70%.
oh wow, so there must be
yeah.
something related somehow.
So whether it can be brought on for any reason, I went to see a show in London and called Sugar Daddy, and it was a great show. It was about a guy who obviously he lost his partner, and he got type 1 diabetes 2 weeks after he lost his partner. So his was like a loss related thing. It can be brought on by anything. It can be brought
Mm.
by stress
Mm,
or just life. There's no rhyme or reason why you get it.
yeah, gosh.
Golly.
So like you said about trying to make, you know, make people aware of it in like a happy way, or a positive way, or just sharing, raising awareness. You've been obviously on tour with John Barrowman. I was watching your videos with him about OAP Farmer Fash or something. Obviously,
OAP
that's the
Farmer
Scottish.
Bash, yeah.
Now and then obviously I think I saw Rob, who you said about before, where you were both talking about your diabetes and stuff. Do you think that really helps you to just make fun videos and sort of, I don't know, just keep things light, or is that you anyway? Have you always done that sort of thing and sort of slip the diabetes into there, or where's your head at with that?
Yeah, I've always been kind of like silly on kind of videos and stuff. I think I've always been quite a positive person with an outlook on things. And I think, like I say, it's you either take it in your stride or you let it control you. And I've always tried to do that. And I thought I'm going to be open with it on social media, have fun with it, make it open. It's not like there's some I mean there's loads of incredible people who have type 1 diabetes that no one would know, like Nikita of Strictly Come Dancing, Nick Jonas, who obviously runs Beyond Type 1, which is a non-profit charity. And there's loads of like people who play in the NFL, people who do like ice skate for the Olympics, run. There's so many people who have it, and it's an incredible kind of community. And I think I just wanted to be positive and make it a thing. It's just kind of who I try to be, really. I'm always kind of try to be positive with everything I can, and I just thought just make it part of it, make it fun rather than a detriment. And there's times, like I say, where it is hard, but I will talk about that in times as well. But it's trying to bring the light to a kind of a situation, isn't it? A change in your kind of lifestyle.
Yeah,
Amazing.
which is amazing. So you've been working in the industry for a while, a little while. You've done very well. So is there any advice that you would give to anybody who is coming into the industry right now?
I think for me, learning as much as I can from the people I worked with, the people I met was my most important thing. Uh, Whether it was on the program or after when I did shows, like when I first did the narrator, there was people in the show who had done loads of musicals, trained for years, and I learned off everyone uh, in the industry, everyone I met, every casting director, every agent, every kind of actor performer that I met. And I think that's something I've always kind of kept with me. So even now, when I go into new shows now, I learn off different people because
Mm.
there's some younger people who come through have got great bits of advice and things that is different now because they're coming through the industry at a different time. And I watch loads of older actors as well, and I try and learn off every single person, even like wardrobe and makeup artists and everything, because they've worked with so many people, they've done so many shows, and try and kind of take as much advice as I can from everyone just about how to be in the industry, how to behave, how to respect people, how to do all that kind of stuff, as well as being on stage and performing.
So so I'm going to ask for specifics. If there are three kind of foundational bits of information you would want to transmit to somebody who is coming into the industry right now, what would they be?
Uh, Always be yourself. I think that's very important. Don't try and mimic someone else's career or mimic someone else's way of doing stuff. Do your own thing. Do that. I think always be kind to everyone. I think it's such an easy thing, but a thing that a lot of people forget. They kind of go in with a bad day and they take it out on people. They take it out on a runner or something like that. I think always being kind in this industry is very important. And I think going for every opportunity that you can, even if you don't think it's quite right, even if you think, oh, I don't know if that's for me, just go for it because you never know. You might meet someone in that career path or in that lane that takes you on to something else. So I think take every opportunity as well.
Amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Keith. You've been a brilliant, brilliant guest. We have one final little finisher. I'm going to
Right.
sing a line of a song, and then you've got to sing the next line. So basically,
Okay.
you were preempting this game earlier.
Hello,
So you should know this one. A crash of drums, a flash of light. My golden coat flew out of sight.
The colors faded into darkness. I was left alone.
Yes, the vibrato as well. We love it. We love it.
Thank you very
I
much.
love it.
So where can everybody find you, Keith, before we let you go?
Keith Jack Official on Instagram or Keith Jack on any other social media. That's the best place.
And you're
Amazing.
touring with John Barrowman from September again. Is that right?
Yes, and Dreamcoat Stars starts again in June, and we go back on
Oh,
tour all throughout the year.
perfect.
Gorgeous.
We'll try
So
and catch you.
we'll try and get you.
Come
Thank
and
you.
sing. Come and sing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did I just do my audition? Was that right? Good enough.
Michael, you passed with flying colors a long time ago. You're fine. You could be
Sign me
Joseph.
up. Cheers. Thanks, Keith.
We'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
Bye, 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 bye.